Howdy. This is my second video here on YouTube. I guess the real reason I'm making this is because my first video, it was kind of an introduction, but as an introduction, it was a piece of shit. All I basically said was that I was an atheist. Didn't go anywhere from there. And I guess that was really rude of me, so I'm going to attempt to make this a better one, try to go into more of why I'm an atheist. I'd better make this quick, though. YouTube won't let me upload any videos that are longer than 10 minutes. That is shit, by the way. Whatever, nothing I can do about it. So, I should start at the beginning. I was born in Praktyno, small town in Russia. It's a town in Russia. Long story short, the economy wasn't that great. It was 92, the year after the collapse of the Soviet Union, so we had to move all over. I lived in Japan, France, and went back to Russia, and I came here to America. In the end, first state I lived in was South Carolina. First state I lived in was South Carolina, a very Christian state. But my first experience with religion was kindergarten. My parents sent me to this Christian kindergarten place. They read to us from a dumbed-down version of the Bible. And, I considered myself a Christian. I believed in Jesus and Noah, David, Goliath, Moses, Jonah, God, Adam and Eve, all of that good shit. But I considered myself a Christian, but as Teroja Kincaid pointed out in one of his videos, you can't really be a Christian when you're a child. You can't understand the Bible, so I guess I really wasn't really a Christian, but that's what I considered myself. My mom and dad eventually got divorced. Lived with my mom. We moved to, at the time we were living in a pretty nice house over in a town called Oswego. We had to move over to an apartment because the divorce really... Both my parents worked, so the divorce really lowered our wealth. Had less money, so we moved over to some apartments. And then we moved over to where I live now. It's a very rich town, actually. Everybody here is fucking rich, except for like 10% of the people. I belong to that 10%. I'm okay with it, though. But when we moved here, that was a significant time in my life because I was a fucking weird ass motherfucker, like hyperactive as hell, crazy fuck. I used to get picked on a lot. That really made me question society. At the same time, my dad, even though my mom and dad were divorced, I'd visit him a lot, occasionally. We'd talk. We'd have philosophical discussions, intellectual discussions, because he's a pretty intellectual guy, and he was very fascinated with paganism at the time. And his first thing was to kind of wean me off Christianity. I was leaning towards atheism for a while because I hadn't really thought of religion. It has been a long time since I'd actually went to that fucking religious kindergarten place or whatever. So I believed in God, but I kind of didn't think about it too much. So through my discussions with my father, he started to show me how disgusting Christianity really was, and I began to loathe it. And at the same time, where the kids at school were making fun of me and picking at me, I began to loathe them as well. And I adopted a sort of environmentalist view of the world where I revered animals and nature and all that shit. And consequently, I hated anything that harmed them. And the human species, as it happened, was a target of a lot of that hate because it, I guess, gave me a reason to rebel against society, and I didn't really like society at that time. Later, I openly professed to hate humans. That pissed a lot of people off. I was a real fucking rebel from 5th grade to all the way to like through middle school. I wasn't the kind of like sexy punk rocker type rebel either. I was a fucking, no one wants to be near that kid. Fucking weirdo, fucking psychotic bastard. Nah, I like to think I'm not like that anymore though. But middle school, that was a crazy experience for me as far as religion goes. I've always been interested in mythology, and I tried out a lot of the different pagan gods. I gave them different names and shit. I was fucked up back then. My beliefs were all fucked up. I hated humans. I rejected Christianity out of hand. There was a time where actually I worshipped Satan briefly. Not like seriously, not like dancing around a bonfire, sacrificing kittens and bathing in their blood type thing. I just casually worship Satan. Someone asks me what religion I was, I would say, oh, I worship Satan. So yeah, I pissed a lot of people off. I really distanced myself from society that way, cut myself off from society. It wasn't really a good thing for me. Towards the end of freshman year, I guess towards all through freshman year in high school, I did some introspection, and I realized I wasn't really very happy. I decided to improve my life, to really re-examine the things that I believed in, re-examine my belief system. So, re-examine my view on life, my hatred of people and such, and it was hurting me. I wasn't happy, so I decided, you know what, fuck it. I cast off all my beliefs, my pagan beliefs, my satanic beliefs, my anti-human beliefs. I tried to start off with as clean a slate as possible, and I think a lot of the people who I once knew that used to make fun of me, a lot of them are my friends now, and I think they respect me a lot more than they used to, which is a good thing. But I became an agnostic because I wasn't really confident in myself as a human being, and I wanted to really take the middle ground, not commit myself to anything. But as I became more confident, gained more friends, started thinking more, religion really seemed kind of silly to me. All the evidence we have scientifically kind of goes against God, and religion has been the cause of so many conflicts in the world. Look at the Crusades. Even in the Vikings over the Dark Ages, they used their pagan religion to justify everything they did. Raiding, pillaging, killing, shit like that. The Vikings were real badasses too. I respect that culture. It's just I'm using them as an example. Religion's always been a fucking detractor, in my opinion. It's necessary. It seems silly and unnecessary to me. So that's why I became an atheist around sophomore year in high school. Still an atheist now. I'm a junior, 17 years old, by the way. And, yeah. Before I have to end this, I wonder how long it is. I just have a question for whoever might be watching out there. I want to know what religion you are, what beliefs you have. Are you an atheist, an agnostic, or are you religious? What religion are you? Because I want to know more about you. I'm a human being, so I want to learn more about people. Is one of my explanation of that is. So whatever. Feel free to post a response of some sort. Tell me what religion you are, what your story is behind that religion. What led you to believe what you believe. Respond, or don't. If you don't want to, that's fine. I can find other shit to do. Alright, better wrap this up. До свидания. Peace.